The hidden door. Why private spaces matter. Every home has its visible spaces. The living room where guests are welcomed, the kitchen where food is shared, the areas filled with laughter and conversation. But just as every home has open spaces, it also has private corners, the bathroom, the bedroom, or a quiet spot where you are alone. These spaces hold a different kind of energy. They are where we take off our masks, where we lay down our burdens, where our guard is lowered. Spiritually speaking, these private spaces can act like energetic mirrors, reflecting back to us what we carry within. Take the bathroom, for example. On the surface, it's just a functional place, but symbolically, it is much more. It is the space of release, where we cleanse, let go, and purify. In ancient spiritual traditions, water has always been seen as a purifier, a carrier of energy, a remover of burdens. When you enter a bathroom, you are not just entering a room, you are stepping into a sacred cycle of release and renewal. But here lies the deeper truth. Whenever we are in the act of releasing, we are also vulnerable. In those moments, our energy is softer, more open, and more receptive. Now imagine this. If energy can flow through words, thoughts, and intentions, then a space where you release daily can become an entry point if left spiritually unguarded. This doesn't mean you should fear your private spaces, but it does mean you must honor them. The same way you lock the door of your bathroom for privacy, you must also learn to lock the spiritual door of that space with awareness. Witches, negative energies, or simply harmful intentions are not about scary figures in the night. They are about the subtle ways negativity tries to creep into our lives. It looks for weakness, for unguarded doors, for moments when our light is dim. And often those moments happen in spaces where we don't expect it, like when we are alone, tired, or letting go. The toilet, symbolically, represents flushing away. If your mind is heavy or fearful, that act of flushing can unconsciously become linked with the thought of being drained spiritually. Without awareness, fear can take root. But here's the empowering truth. Awareness transforms vulnerability into strength. When you recognize the symbolic power of your private spaces, you no longer treat them as ordinary. You begin to see them as sacred, as places where renewal happens. Instead of fear, you approach with mindfulness. Before entering, you can whisper a prayer, envision light surrounding the space, or simply affirm, "This is my sacred space. No negativity can enter here." So, the hidden door is not really the toilet itself. The hidden door is your unawareness. The moment you become conscious, you close that door to negativity and open it to peace. Your private spaces then become not places of weakness, but places of renewal, where your spirit is cleansed, refreshed, and strengthened for the journey ahead. The nature of spiritual interference, not people. When we talk about witches, curses, or attacks, it is very easy for the mind to picture people sitting in dark rooms casting spells against us. But if we look deeper, we realize that the true nature of spiritual interference is not always about people at all. More often than not, it is about energy shaped by thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This is why one person's jealousy can feel like a weight on your spirit, or why repeated negativity in your home can create an atmosphere of heaviness. Energy responds to energy, and where there is weakness, that energy finds a way in. Think of it this way. Every day, we carry invisible luggage. Our worries, our regrets, our fears, and even the negative words spoken over us. All of this lingers like dust in the air. When that dust is not cleaned, it settles into our spirit and our spaces. That is what we often call spiritual attack. It doesn't always mean someone is targeting you directly. It can simply mean you are absorbing the collective heaviness of others' words, emotions, and actions. Now, why does the toilet or bathroom come into this discussion? Because these spaces are symbolic portals of release. They are already designed for letting go, and that makes them spiritually sensitive. If you carry unresolved fear, anger, or shame into that space, it becomes amplified. If the atmosphere of your home is heavy with negativity, the bathroom becomes a mirror reflecting it back to you. And if someone has indeed spoken against you or sent harmful intent, that intent looks for weak doors, places where you are distracted, unguarded, or unaware. But here is the key lesson. Energy patterns are not intelligent like human beings. They do not strategize like an enemy. They simply flow toward repetition. If fear is repeated, they feed on fear. If neglect is repeated, they grow in neglect. If light, prayer, or positive intention is repeated, they dissolve in that light. This is why consistency matters more than panic. One prayer said in fear may feel weak, but daily affirmations of faith, daily acts of gratitude, and daily cleansing rituals create a shield that no negative energy can penetrate. Another important truth is this: not every strange feeling or difficulty is a curse. Life has challenges, and sometimes we mistake natural struggles for spiritual attack. The danger of this mistake is that it puts us in a constant state of fear, always blaming unseen forces instead of strengthening our inner world. Real spiritual awareness is about balance, knowing that while negative energy exists, so does divine protection, inner strength, and the power of a calm mind. So when we say witches use the toilet to attack you, we are not talking about fearing every corner of your home. We are talking about recognizing that negativity can find its way into your private spaces if you are spiritually careless. But the moment you shift your perspective and reclaim your authority, those same spaces become symbols of freedom. The toilet becomes a reminder that as you release physically, you can also release spiritually. Fear, jealousy, curses, negative words, all can be flushed away, leaving you lighter, freer, and ready for abundance. Practical, spiritual, everyday protections. The beauty of spiritual life is that protection is not complicated. You don't need to live in fear, you don't need expensive rituals, and you don't need to give your power away to others. True protection is simple, powerful, and available to anyone who practices awareness and intention. Just like you brush your teeth daily, just like you wash your hands to keep your body clean, you can also create simple routines that keep your spirit clear and your home safe. Let's begin with the basics. Cleanliness. A clean space is a strong space. Negativity feeds on disorder, filth, and neglect. When your private spaces, especially the bathroom, are left dirty or cluttered, they unconsciously invite stagnant energy. But when you keep them clean, fresh, and well ventilated, you are already taking the first step toward protection. You are saying to the universe, this space belongs to light, not darkness. Next comes awareness. Before entering a vulnerable space, such as your bathroom or bedroom, take a short pause. Whisper a prayer, recite a verse from your sacred tradition, or simply declare, "This is my space. I am protected here." These small acts might seem insignificant, but spiritually, they carry great weight. Words are vibrations, and vibrations shape energy. Each declaration plants a shield around you. Visualization is another powerful tool. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a sphere of pure white or golden light surrounding you. See it filling the room, touching every corner and creating an invisible barrier that no negativity can cross. This may sound simple, but it trains your mind and spirit to stay rooted in protection rather than fear. The more often you practice this, the stronger your spiritual shield becomes. You can also use natural symbols of purification. Salt, for instance, has been recognized across cues. It tours as a cleanser of energy. A small bowl of salt in the bathroom or a pinch sprinkled around corners can remind your spirit that this space is pure. Burning sage, incense, or using essential oils like lavender or rosemary can refresh the energy and make your environment feel alive and light. These are not just rituals, they are reminders that you are the guardian of your space. And then there is the power of affirmation. Each time you feel doubt or heaviness, repeat words of strength. I am safe. I am protected. I am guided. Affirmations reshape the inner dialogue of your mind. Instead of feeding fear, you are feeding faith. Instead of reinforcing weakness, you are reinforcing power. Above all, remember this: the strongest shield is not outside you, but within you. A clean heart, a grateful spirit, and a steady faith make you untouchable. When you live with trust in the divine and confidence in your own worth, no witchcraft, no curse, no envy can take root. Spiritual interference only thrives where fear and doubt are alive. Eliminate fear, strengthen faith, and you will find that your very presence becomes a shield of light. Reclaiming power from fear to freedom. The greatest danger of hearing about spiritual attacks, curses, or witchcraft is not the attack itself. It is the fear it plants in your heart. Fear is the true weapon because it weakens your spirit, clouds your judgment, and makes you believe you are powerless. But the truth is the opposite. You are never powerless. You are a spiritual being, created with divine protection, equipped with inner light, and surrounded by unseen forces of good that are far stronger than any darkness. Reclaiming that truth is the first step from fear into freedom. When you shift your mindset from "I am a victim" to "I am a guardian of my life," you immediately begin to change the energy around you. Negative intentions may still exist in the world, but they cannot penetrate a heart that is awake, strong, and filled with faith. Remember, even the darkest night must surrender to the light of the morning. Your light, your faith, your gratitude, your clarity is more powerful than any shadow. Start by practicing gratitude. Each morning, before rushing into your day, pause and name 3 things you are thankful for. Gratitude is not just a good feeling, it is a vibration that attracts more blessings. It also shields your spirit because it keeps your focus on abundance rather than lack. A heart rooted in gratitude cannot be easily shaken by fear. Next, reclaim your power through forgiveness and release. Sometimes the heaviest attacks we feel are the grudges we hold within ourselves. When you forgive, you are not saying that what happened was right. You are simply cutting the cord that ties you to negativity. Forgiveness is freedom. When you release others, you release yourself. And when your heart is light, no curse can anchor itself to you. Daily rituals also play a role. Just as you take a shower to cleanse your body, create a simple ritual to see, cleanse your spirit. Light a candle in the evening and say a short prayer. Play uplifting music. Breathe deeply and imagine exhaling all tension. These practices remind your spirit that you are in charge of your space, your energy, and your peace. But perhaps the most important step is to live in faith, not in fear. Fear says, "What if something attacks me?" Faith says, "Nothing can touch me unless I allow it." Fear gives power to darkness. Faith strengthens the light. Every time you choose trust over panic, you are building a shield around yourself and your home. Remember this truth. The toilet, the bathroom, or any private space in your home cannot harm you. They are not doors for attack unless you open them with fear. They are spaces of renewal, cleansing, and release. Sacred spaces where you can let go of both physical and spiritual heaviness. Claim them as your own. Declare them as protected. Fill them with light through prayer, cleanliness, and intention. From this moment forward, refuse to live as if you are cursed. Choose instead to live as though you are blessed, because you are. The divine has already placed within you everything you need to walk in freedom. Your role is simply to awaken, to believe, and to act in alignment with that truth. When you do, no witchcraft, no curse, no shadow will have the power to stop the light that shines from within you. As we come to the close of this journey, let us pause and remember what we have uncovered together. The idea that witches, curses, or negative forces could use something as simple as a toilet to attack you is not about frightening your heart, but about awakening your awareness. It is not the object itself that holds danger, but the vulnerability of our unguarded moments, the heaviness we carry into private spaces, and the fear we allow to take root. The real battle is not in porcelain, pipes, or shadows. The real battle is in the spirit, in the mind, and in the heart. The truth is simple. Fear feeds darkness, while faith fuels light. When you enter your private spaces with fear, you create cracks in your spiritual shield. But when you enter with confidence, prayer, and awareness, those same spaces become sacred grounds of renewal. A toilet does not have to symbolize weakness. It can symbolize release, freedom, and cleansing. Every flush can be a reminder. I am letting go of negativity. I am releasing fear. I am lighter, freer, and stronger. Throughout history and across cultures, people have always believed in the reality of unseen forces. But the most powerful truth that every tradition agrees upon is this: light is stronger than darkness, and no shadow can exist where light is present. You are the bearer of that light. It shines through your gratitude, through your daily rituals of peace, through your affirmations of protection, and through your unshakable faith in the divine. So let this be your reminder. Your home is your sanctuary. Your bathroom, your bedroom, your corners of rest, they belong to you. They are not places of fear, but places of renewal. When you keep them clean, fill them with positive energy, and set clear intentions, you are declaring to the universe, this space is holy, this space is protected, this space belongs to the light. And indeed, doing so, you reclaim power over your environment, over your spirit, and over your destiny. Reclaiming power is not about fighting darkness with darkness. It is about standing so firmly in your light that darkness cannot enter. It is about choosing faith over fear, gratitude over worry, and peace over paranoia. It is about remembering that the Creator has already given you everything you need to walk in freedom: awareness, intention, prayer, and strength of heart. So the next time you hear whispers about witchcraft, curses, or attacks, let them not stir fear, but awaken resolve. You are not a victim. You are a guardian. You are not cursed. You are blessed. You are not weak. You are divinely protected. From this day forward, claim your spaces with confidence. Treat every room as sacred. Walk with faith. Speak with gratitude. Live with light. Because no matter what others may try, no matter what shadows may whisper, the truth remains unshaken. You are stronger than any curse, brighter than any darkness, and fully capable of living a life filled with peace, protection, and abundance.